Does anyone want to record before we start? Like on your local machine? Does it can allow that? Hmm? Can you see my whiteboard?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think I'm recording this. Correct. I think so. Okay. Simplify. You see, this type of questions. Simplify fully. So what can we divide by on top there? We can factorize by x. Say that I have x plus, sorry, x brackets, because I'm dividing x plus 5 on top. Divided by, I can actually factorize this. I want a number that when I multiply, I get 10. Then when I add, I get 5. Two multiples of 5. It's two multiples of 10.
5 and 2.
5 and 2 like this. So now this now can divide into this. And we are left with simply x over x plus 2. Then, are we together? Both of you there? Then
Yes, sir.
now let's see if we can factorize the top. I think so. We want two numbers, so it means one of them, both it's a negative, one is a positive, and the other one is a negative. But the negative number is greater. They've got a difference of -1 or a difference of 1. So it's not 6. 6 and 6 times 2 have got a difference of 4. So it's 3 and what? 3 and 4. 3 times 4, 12. They've got a difference of 1. The negative number is greater, so it means -4 here, plus 3. Clear? Making sense? Now
Yes, sir.
let's go to this here. So we want two terms that when you multiply, we get 20. When you add, we get. Now, the catch about this is a positive number is a positive times a positive. Or I get a positive from a negative times a negative. But because the middle, there's no way I can add two positive numbers and get a negative. So it means both of them are negative numbers. Clear? And that makes them so obvious, because if we add -4 plus -5, we get -9. Divide that, divide that. So your final answer, x plus 3 divided by x minus 5. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now this we talked about it. We said it's called difference of what? Of two squares.
Of 2
Was a
squares.
squared has got a square root, 9 has got a square root. So we said the sum of their squares multiplied by the difference of their squares. Doesn't have a middle term. Then this you can factor out 3. Not only 3, you can also factor out x. So 3x divided by 3x. Then into this x plus 3. Because if you multiply this, you go exactly back to that. Then that into that. So we end up simply having 3x over x minus 3. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's look at this again, the bottom difference of two squares. So x minus 4 brackets x plus 4. And the top is simply an x plus 4, which means I can divide by x plus 4. This is 1. So it's 1 over x minus 4. So far, easy. Now let's see. We were doing that the other day. Is the first one, the top one here. What did we say? How do you factorize that? We explained the other day. How do you factorize? Who remembers? Both of you were there. How do you factorize these equations here? What do you do?
Do you use the product, sum, and factor?
We explained that you multiply the first term by last term. If you multiply first term by last term, you get minus 12x squared. Do you agree? Then when you get minus 12x squared, just think of minus 12 here. Concentrate with minus 12. We want, so it's negative and positive. Positive is greater anyway. We want two numbers that when you multiply, they give you negative 12. When you add them, they give you what? 11. So these numbers, they've got a difference of 11. It's only 12 and 1. That has got a difference of 11. Now, because this is positive, so it's 12x. And this one is has to be negative minus x like this. Clear? Then we replace this on the middle term here. That's what we said. So that I have 3x squared plus 12x minus x minus 4. We've just replaced. If we don't solve this, otherwise we go back to this. Then factor out 3x here. 3x brackets x plus 4. Then factor out minus 1 here, because we wanted this to be exactly x plus 4. Notice if you take negative here, you go there. Then that means it's x, 3x minus 1 brackets x plus 4. That's our factorization for the top. Clear? Now let's do the factorization for the bottom. It's an x squared. So it's an x squared term multiplied by another x squared term. But we want when we multiply, so a negative is a positive and a negative. What's a minus for positive and a negative? The last term. Then the positive number is greater. 3. Difference of 3 is 4 and 1. So the positive number is greater. Like that. Clear? This cancels, that cancels. So we have 3x minus 1 over x minus like that. Are we together? Dana, you are there?
Yes, sir.
Very quiet. So can you try to work out number? Give you 2 minutes. Number 60 on your own. Number 6. So far. Okay, I'm back. You should have one there. So the top is easy to factorize, huh? Because all we want on the top is a negative. We get from a negative from a positive multiplied by a negative. But we want two numbers that when we multiply, we get 18. But when we add, two numbers, we get minus 18. Then we get, when we add, we get a plus what? Plus 7. So they have a difference of 7. But it also tells you that the positive number is what? Is greater. And you know that 18, 9 times 2 gives you 18. But you want the positive greater, so plus 9 here, minus 2. Because if we say 9 minus 2, you get a 7. Clear? On top. Divided by this now, we need to apply what we're doing. So multiply that by that, we get minus 12 x squared. So you're thinking of minus 12. All factors of minus 12. Huh? But you want the one that will give you a difference of what? A difference of negative 1. Huh? So they are very close. It means the negative number is greater.
Sir,
Yes?
can you say negative 4 plus 3?
Yes,
Negative
negative
4x
4x, yes, plus 3x, correct? Then you replace both. If you multiply them, you get it. If you add them, you get a minus x. Then you replace your middle term, this minus x here. You replace it with, so you're saying 2x squared minus 4x plus 3x, as you said, minus 6. Then there we can actually factor out 2x. This is x minus 2. Then there we can factor out 3 brackets x divided minus 2. Then this is the same. It means 2x plus 3 brackets x minus 2. Like this. Are we together? So 3x plus 3 brackets. We had lost you x minus 2. Danai, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Then we don't leave it like this. We can divide the numerator and the denominator by the same factor. That's our final answer. Look at that question here. It looks a bit scary. Huh? Anyway, what do you know when you are dividing in math? If I'm dividing, I multiply by the what? You know that. Huh? If we are dividing fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal from primary. You inverse of that. So x squared minus 4x over 2x squared plus 9x plus 10. This is a very good question here. Now, look at this here. Let's factorize this here. 3 brackets x plus 2. The bottom, I'll leave it x minus 4. Follow me? Multiply by, factor out what here? X brackets x minus 4. Divided by, this is where I want to apply what you've been doing. So if you multiply this, we get 20 what? X squared. So let's think of two numbers that when we multiply, we get 20. When we add them, we get, they are obvious, huh? 4 times 5. So it's 5. So it means this here I'm replacing with 5x and 4x. Plus 5x plus 10. Divide by what? 2x. X plus 2. Divide by 5. That is the same. So that will give you 2x plus 5 brackets x plus 2. Now that's what you want. So that's 2x plus 5 brackets x plus 2. This is a very good question here. So now look at this. We can divide by that, cancels out in maths. This cancels out. Making sense? Then you are similarly with 3 times x, that's 3x over 2x plus Making sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you try this here? Give you 4 minutes. Number 8. Done? Or stuck?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You seem confident. Now, so x minus 2 over x plus 5, multiply the first thing, inverse 2x squared plus 13x plus 15 over x squared minus 4x plus 3. Now multiply the two 30x squared. This is actually easy. So to multiply you get 30, to add you get 13. So that's 10 and 3, yeah? So it means 2x squared plus 10x, the order does not matter, plus 3x plus 15. I might have done it, but it's to get the same answer. Divide by 2, x plus 5, plus divide by 3 brackets x plus 5. Then that means 2x plus 3 brackets x plus 5. So they were saying 2x minus that over x plus 5 multiply by 2x plus 3 brackets x plus 5 or over a term of x multiplying another term of x. Now it's a positive is a positive times a positive, or negative times negative. But the midterm is negative, so they are both negative numbers. -3 and -1. Because if you multiply them, get positive. Then they give you that. Then let's see, is there something we can divide here? Oh, you see this here. Maybe you didn't see that. Let's factor out 2 there. You get x minus what? -1, huh? Can you see that? Otherwise, you leave it. Multiply by 2x plus 3. Make sure that you have completely factorized things. X minus 3 brackets x minus 1. This cancels with that. That cancels with that. Making sense? Then what's simply left is 2 brackets 2x plus 3. You can actually leave it like that, or you can remove brackets. It's up to you. So someone would have remove the bracket and say 4x plus 6 over x minus 3. Same answer. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now let's talk of when we solve equations like this. We want to solve, so it means we want to find the value of x. We want to find the value of x. So the first thing is combine these fractions first, so that they are single fractions. We looked at an example like that the other day. Brackets over this always multiplies that. So it's x8 brackets x plus 8. Then this multiplies that, plus 3 brackets x plus 3. Then remove the brackets. 8x, 8 times x, 8 times 8, 64. Plus 3x plus 9 over x plus 3 brackets x plus 8. Or add this, what do you get? 11 what? 11x. 8x plus 3x is 11x. What is 64 plus 9? Isn't that 73? 64 plus 9, 73.
It is.
So that's 73 over x plus 3 brackets x plus, and that now is equal to 1. We simply have combined the fractions. That is equal to 1. Now cross multiply, so you end up having 11x plus 73 is equal to, if you cross multiply, 1 does not change anything, x plus 3 brackets x plus 8. Clear? So 11x plus 73, let's remove the brackets, x times x, x squared, plus x times that, plus 8x. Then 3 multiplies everything in the brackets, 3 times that, plus 3x. 3 times 8 plus 24. X squared plus 11x plus 24 is equal to 11x plus 73. Move everything on one side. Say that I have x squared now plus 11x. If I bring the 11x, it becomes a minus 11x plus 24. Bring this the other side, it becomes a minus 73 is equal to 0, like that. Now, so this eliminates that. X squared, what's 24 minus 73? 24 minus 73, what do you get?
Negative 49.
Negative 49 is equal to 0. And we said this is difference of two squares. Therefore, the square root. So x plus 7 brackets x minus 7 is equal to 0. So it means x plus 7 is equal to 0, or x minus 7 is equal to 0, which means your x is equal to negative 7 or 7. When you move that positive, this becomes negative 7. Is that clear, Danai?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, can you try the next one? Okay. I'll give you 5 minutes. These questions come with 4 marks, whatever you need to be able to good when they come. Okay, you must be done now. Done? Or not yet?
Not yet, sir.
Okay, finish up.
Not yet.
Oh. Okay, both of you should be done now.
Yes, sir.
Now, the first thing that we said is combine the fractions. So that they are what? They are single fractions. Huh? Are we together? Combine the fractions so that they are single fractions. Can I tell you a second method here? I want to tell you a
Yes,
second
sir.
method. You can multiply everything by this. Remember I said 8, this multiplies that. Huh? So it means 8 here, brackets, we'll get the same answer. X plus 1, if you didn't make a mistake. 6 cross muscle plus 6 brackets 3x minus 2. Then because you want to do cross multiplication, you multiply 2 by this whole factor here, by both denominators. So 3x minus 2 like this, x plus 1. What I've actually done here is as good as I'm multiplying every term by this denominator. Because if I multiply here, if I was to write multiply by that denominator, the 3x will cancel and I'll multiply by x plus 1 here. That's why I was saying cross multiplying this. Then this denominator here, you are multiplying this whole left-hand side, right-hand side of this by the combined denominator. Clear? Are you together?
Yes, sir.
Or you
Yes, sir.
okay. If we remove the brackets, we get 8x plus 8. Remove the brackets, 18x minus 12 is equal to 2. Solve what's inside 3x squared minus 2x, minus, let me remove the red pen here, it might distract you. Okay, so I'm saying 2 brackets 3x times x is 3x squared. Then there I get a minus 2x. Then 3x plus 1 is a plus 3x. Negative 2 times last term minus 2 like this. Then this is 2 brackets. If I simplify 3x squared minus 2x plus 3x is a plus x minus 2 like this. Clear? Now remove the brackets, 2 multiplies everything. You get 6x squared plus 2x minus 4. Now this side, grouping like terms, 8x plus 18x plus 8 minus 12. That gives us, what's 18 plus 8? 26, x. 8 minus 12 or plus 8 minus 12 is a minus 4, like this. Then the idea is now to bring everything on one side. So 6x squared plus 2x. If you bring the 26 here, it becomes a minus 26 the other side. Is equal to negative 4, sorry, minus 4 here, because it's still on this side. Bring this the other side, it becomes a plus 4 is equal to 0, or it actually eliminates that. Okay, that's fine. So 6x squared is minus what here? Minus 24. 2 minus 26 minus 24x is equal to 0. Now divide by 6x brackets x minus 4 is equal to 0. What that simply means is that 6x is equal to 0, or x minus 4 is equal to 0, which means x is equal to 0. Anything divided by 0 divided by anything is 0 or 4. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Now, I want to apply the same method that I've just taught you. So let's inspect this here. We can combine this. so that there's a combined denominator. That's fine. Okay, well, let's prove it. Let's do the long method first. So now it means I multiply. I want to combine the denominators first. So this is my denominator here. Then 2 multiplies that. So it's 2 brackets x plus 7. Then plus 3 multiplies that bracket 5 minus x. Can someone remove the brackets? 2x plus what? 2x plus?
Plus 14.
Plus 14. Plus 15 minus
15.
3x. Okay, remember this is an x here. Sorry, not an h. I'm picking x here. So now, so 5 minus x brackets x plus 7. We'll do the one later. We want to combine. Now we can group like terms together. So it means x minus 3x plus 14 plus 15, all over same denominator. 5 minus x brackets x plus 7. And we know that from maths, if we do that, this gives you minus x plus 29 over the same denominator, 5 minus x brackets x plus 7. That is equal to 1. It's now a combined. So I can now cross multiply. So it means minus x plus 29. If I multiply by 1, it doesn't change. So it's 5 minus x brackets x plus what? Plus 7. Clear? Happy?
Yeah.
Now
Yes,
let's do the same thing that I've been doing. I can multiply 5 there, I get 5x. Then if I multiply by 5 there, I get plus 35. Then the x multiplies everything there, that's a minus x squared. X multiplies that, that's a minus 7x. Okay. Now I can group like terms. So that's 5x minus 7x. That minus x squared plus 35 is equal to minus x plus 20. Now I know that 5 minus that is a minus 2, so minus 2x minus x squared plus 35. But when we are solving, we avoid the negative x squared, so that is equal to negative that plus 29. So what we want is to move x that side so that it's a positive x squared minus x as it is. Then I move the negative 2x the other side, it becomes a plus 2x. Then I've got a plus 29, the left side. I move a 35 there, it's a minus 35. That is equal to 0. Now this gives you x squared, negative 1 plus 2 is a plus 1, so it's a plus x. Okay. What is 29 minus 35? Isn't that minus 6? Is equal to 0.
Yes.
And that is now very easy to factorize. Two terms that when you multiply, we get a negative. One is a positive, and the other one is a negative. And they have a difference of 1. It means it's 2 times 3. And if it's a plus 1, the 3 is greater, is equal to 0. So it means x is simply equal to 2 to move that, or minus 3. Clear? Now let me use the other method. As I said, I wanted to use the other method. No, I said you multiply 2, multiply by that, x plus 7, plus 3 brackets 5 minus x. Then this side, which is 1, you multiply by combined denominator. So 5 minus x brackets x plus 7. 1 does not change anything. Remove brackets, 2x plus 14 plus 15 minus 3x is equal to, can you see that we arrive at the same answer? Because anyway, I had grabbed that. So anyway, let's prove that. If you multiply by 5 there, that's 5x plus 35 was 5 multiplies that, Negative x multiplies that as a minus x squared, multiplies that as a plus 7x. Then I can regroup and say, oh, sorry, minus x times that, say minus. This is minus x times 7, minus 7x. So 5x minus 7x plus 35 minus x squared. This gives you minus 2x, as we said, plus 35 minus x squared. Then this is 29. Then this is 2x minus 3x plus 29. This we said it gives you a minus x plus 29. Then we said bring this the other side, so that's a positive x squared minus x. Bring this, that's a plus 2x plus 29. Bring the 35 minus 35 is equal to 0. Then we are exactly where we started. Can you see that? We get the same answer. Mfaro, you are there?
Yes, sir.
Now, let's try to do this using this similar method. So 7, you now know multiplies that 3x minus 2 minus 4, I take both z negative 4 bracket x plus 1 is equal to 1 multiplied by combined denominator x plus 1 brackets 3x minus 2. 1 does not affect anything. So 3x times x is 3x squared. Then x multiplies that, I get a minus 2x. Then the 1 now is multiplying everything there, I get a plus 3x. 1 times that, a minus 2. Then if we simplify, we got 3x squared minus 2 plus 3, it's a plus 1. So in terms of x, it's a plus x, because the positive is greater, minus 2. Now remove brackets here. 21x minus 14 minus 4x minus 4. Negative times positive is negative. Regroup like terms. 21x minus 4x minus 14 minus 4. As 21 minus 4 is not 17. 21 minus 4 should be 17x, is that correct? 17x. We are increasing in the negative, so minus 18. What to 3x squared plus x minus 2. This is positive, it's fine. So we move everything the other side. So 3x squared plus x, move the 17, becomes a minus 17x. With the minus 2, move this, that other side becomes a plus 18, is equal to 0. So it means x squared, 1 minus 17 is minus 16, minus 16x. Minus 2 plus that, minus 2 plus 18, you can check from a calculator, it's plus 16. Do you agree? That is equal to what? Is equal to 0. Then our application of maths, multiply the 2, we get 48x squared. Clear? Then factors of 48. You see that we have a negative there. It means there are 2 negative numbers, because the last number, this is a positive number. The only way I can get two positive numbers, I think I can multiply 2 numbers. It's either by a positive times a positive or a negative times a negative. But because I am saying when I multiply those numbers, when I add them, I should get negative 16. You can't add two numbers and get, so it means there are two negative numbers. So we know that 16 is what? If you look at 2 times 24, that never works, huh? Because even if you add them, it's 26. The difference is not 16. You also have 3 and what? 3 goes into that 16, huh? You can check it with the calculator, but if you add them, you get 19. If you subtract, you get 13. That doesn't work. I'm just showing you how you do that. Then you've got 4, which is the answer, 4 and 12. Was if you add them, so it's minus 4x multiplied by minus 12x. They give you that. When you add, you get that. So it means 3x minus 12, 3x squared minus 12x minus 4x plus 16 is equal to 0. Now I can factorize 3x brackets x minus 4 because I'm dividing, cancels the x3 into that negative 4. Then I can now, because I want the negative, I can now divide by negative 4 brackets x. If I divide there, I get exactly minus 4. That's what I want it like this. So now it means 3x, because now this is the same, 3x minus 4 brackets x minus 4 is equal to 0, which means x minus 4 is equal to 0, or 3x minus 4 is equal to 0. So eventually your final answers, if you move that, it's a 4 is equal to, if you move this here, you get 3x is equal to 4. Divide by 3. Get x is equal to 4 over 3. That making sense? Yeah, quiet. Are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now look at the at the question like this. Ratio simply means I am saying x plus 1. If it's a ratio divided by x plus 2, that's what it means. Is equal to x plus 8 divided by 3x minus 4. Cross multiply, cross multiply. So it means if I cross multiply is 2x plus 1 brackets 3x minus 4 is equal to 8x plus 8 brackets x plus 2. Now let's do the same things. 2x times 3x is 6 what? 6x squared. 1 times that is plus 3x. Then 2x times that times negative, you get negative 8x. Then last term times last term, get a minus 4. Is equal to, let's apply the same thing, x times x, x squared. If you multiply this, you get plus 8x. If you multiply this here, you get plus 2x. 2 times 8 times 2, last term by last term, plus 60. Okay. Simplify. X, 6x squared. 3 minus 8 is a minus 5x minus 4 is equal to x squared. Simplify, plus 10x plus 16. Move everything on one side so that I get 6x squared minus x squared minus 5x. Move the 10x, it becomes a minus 10x plus a positive. Minus 4, move this positive 16, it becomes a minus 16 is equal to 0. Clear? Subtract there, we get 5x squared. Minus 5 minus 10 from a calculator, you're increasing in the negative, it's a minus 15x. Minus 4 minus 16 increasing in the negative, it's a minus 20 is equal to 0. Divide everything by 5, you're allowed to do that, because 5 can get into everything. X squared minus 3x minus 4 is equal to 0. Then almost done. factorize this. We factorized this before. A positive and a negative. The positive number is greater, which means x is equal to 4 or minus 1. Is that making sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we want to move to setting up, or you get questions where you have to set up to apply certain things like Pythagoras theory, things like this here. Use Pythagoras theory to write down an expression. So we know that the longest side here, we know that the longest side is x, the square of the longest side, if you agree with me, is equal to square of the other side. Huh? So it's x squared plus x plus 2 all squared. This squared plus that squared gives you that squared. Do you agree from Pythagoras theory?
Yes, sir.
No need to solve it, leave it like that. Because it's simply a 1 mark. Now, the next part, that's where you want to prove. Huh? Now let's so we know that if that's squared, it means x plus 3 multiplied by x plus 3. That's what it means. Is equal to x squared plus x times 2 multiplied by x times x plus 2. Now let's do this together. If you are not good at the method that I was trying to say, I would say do this here. If you are not confident, x multiplies everything in this term. So I will do it slowly. So you can do it like this. Then plus 3 multiplies everything in this term. That's the slow step. If you are not yet good at expansion like this, is equal so that you don't make mistakes. X squared, x multiplies everything in that term. So plus x brackets x plus 2. Then the plus 2 multiplies everything in that term. So plus 2 brackets x plus 2 like this. Now remove the brackets. So this is x squared plus 3x. Remove the brackets here. 3 multiplies everything. So plus 3x. 3 times 3, 9. Is equal to x squared. This. Remove the brackets plus x squared plus 2x. Remove the brackets there plus 2x plus 4. Making sense? X squared plus x squared is 2x squared. 2x plus 2x is plus 4x. Then plus 4. X squared, add this plus 6x plus 9. Clear? Then move this everything on the side because x squared is greater than x squared. 2x squared is greater than this. So you move everything on the right. So if you move everything on the right, you have 2x squared. This becomes a minus x squared plus 4x. Move the 6x the other side, it becomes a minus 6x plus 4. Move the 9 the other side, it becomes a minus 9 is equal to 0. Now, this gives you x squared. 4 minus 6 is a minus 2, but it's in terms of x there. 5 minus 9, you can check in the calculator, that's a minus 5 is equal to 0. Done. Is that making sense? Happy?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, the next part, by solving the equation, it means you can't factorize it, but they're saying to 1 decimal, to 1 decimal, please. So it's either you can use quadratic, that's what I said at the other lesson, or you use confirm I mentioned completing the square with you. Did I mention completing the square in the other lesson? I remember. Did we do completing the square together? Oh, yeah, forgotten. You can use quadratic, it means you can't factorize it. The moment they say 1 decimal place here, it means it doesn't give you exact solutions. You have to use the quadratic formula, which you need to memorize to master. or completing the square. I find completing the square the easiest. Anyway, it's up to you. You choose. I'll explain again. What you simply check is that the x squared term, the coefficient should be 1. If it's not 1, if it was 2, we divide everything by 2 so that the coefficient of the x squared term is 1. So in this case, it's 1, it's fine. Then we inspect the middle term here, we divide that by 2. So that I get x here by as 1 squared. Then I subtract the square of this positive term here. So it's 1 squared is 1 minus 5 is equal to 0. That making sense? Then this is x minus 1 squared. If you get a minus 6 here is equal to 0. Hope you're following me. Then we move x minus 1 squared, move the 6 the other side, is now a 6 like this. Then take square roots of both sides. So if I take square root, I'm left with x minus 1 is equal to plus or minus square root of 6 like this. Then move 1 the other side. It's now L becomes a 1 plus or minus root of 6. And what that simply means, it means x is equal to 1 plus root of 6 or 1 minus root of 6. Then use your calculator and find the 1 decimal place that they are talking about. Don't know where I put my calculator. Can you? So that's 1 decimal place there.
Is the first one 3.4?
That makes sense. What do you get? Sorry. 1 plus root of 6 to 1 decimal place is 3.what? 3.4.
3.4.
Or what's 1 minus root of 6? 1.4 to 1 negative 1.4 to 1 decimal.
Yes.
Is the method making sense of completing the square? Mufaro? Maybe let's do another one. So we can use it to solve any quadratic equation. Even one that is factorizable, clear. You can actually use quadratic to find the solutions. I'll give you an example here. X squared that I actually know that you can factorize minus 5x minus 3, if I'm correct. Yes, I think we covered that before like this. I don't want to just try to factorize it. I just simply want to, because what they want me is to find the values of x. So if I look at this here, this time the coefficient of the x squared is greater than 1. So we divide everything by 2. We want it to be 1 by 2 by 2. 0 divided by 2 is 0. So there we get x squared minus 5 over 2 x minus 3 over 2 is equal to 0, ending divided by 0. Now I inspect the middle term and I divide it by 2. Dividing by 2 is multiplying by half. So it means x minus, if you multiply by half, it's 5 over 4. Because you're multiplying by half. Squared. Minus, this is what the way I want you to listen to. Minus, you square this. So I'm saying 5 over 4 squared. That's what I have to square this. 5 squared is 25. 4 squared is 16. Minus 3 over 2 is equal to 0. Now, can you sort this in your calculator? You've got your calculator there. Can you tell me the correct fraction? It's a negative number. What negative number is that? Minus 25 over 16 minus 3 over. Your calculator does fractions. Every calculator.
Is it minus 3 remainder 1 over 16?
No, I want it as an improper. Always give it as an improper fraction. It's minus 49 over what? Over 16. Was
yes,
9 over 16 like this is equal to that. Now, move that the other side so that get x minus 5 over 4 O squared is equal to 16, 49 over 16. Now take square roots of both sides. So if you take square roots of both sides, it's x minus 5 over 4 is equal to plus or minus. What is square root of 49? 7. Square root of 6 of that 4. Clear? You see that? Then move that the other side. So that x now becomes, it's a negative. If you move it, it becomes a positive. So it's 5 over 4 plus or minus 7 over. That making sense? So it means x here is equal to 5 over 4 plus 7 over 4, or 5 over 4 minus 7 over 4. Now this here gives you 12 over 4, which is 3. Denominator is the same. If you subtract here, get minus 2 over 4. So final answer here is equal to 3 or minus half. 3 or minus half. That making sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Which means if you are also not good at factorizing, you can actually use that method. Because if they are the solutions, you do the opposite. Let me show you. If I'm trying now to look for those factors of the term that this is a plus here, it's actually x minus 3. Because when I say x minus 3 is equal to 0, I get 3. Brackets, x, this is a minus half here, it becomes a plus half like this. I was trying to factorize the other way. I can actually do this and go back. Now, but this half here, I can actually multiply everything inside by 2. Say that when I multiply this by 2 is 2x. Because if I multiply a half by 2 is simply 1. So this becomes a plus 1. Clear? I was just doing the reverse from solutions. Making sense?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now a rectangular piece of a card has got a length of x plus 4 and a width of x plus 1. A rectangle 3 by 5 by 3 is cut okay, from the corner of the piece of the card. Okay, and they've told you how it is cut. The remaining piece of the card, area of the shaded region. So how do you find the area of the shaded region? We will say area of the what? Of the big rectangle, do you agree? Minus area of this unshaded. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Because if we take away that area then we get 35. So it means 35, or it means the area of this, but this is the width, so it's x plus 4. Multiply by the height, which is x plus what? Plus 1. Minus the area that has been taken away, do you agree? Which is 5 times what? Minus 5 times 3, this area is equal to, what is the area? The remaining has got an area of what? 35. Making sense? So x plus 4 brackets x plus 1 now minus 15 is equal to 35. Move the negative 15 the other side. So x plus 4 brackets x plus 1 is equal to 35 plus 50. Do we agree? What is 35 plus 15? Is that 50? Is that 50?
Yes, sir.
Is equal to 50. Now let's do what we have been doing. And I said if you are slow at expanding, you can do the long way. X multiplies the whole term x plus 1. That x plus 1 or plus 11, no, it's x plus 1. So plus 4 multiplies also the whole term, the x plus 1 term is equal to 50. Now remove brackets, x squared plus x. We don't say 1x, it's just the same thing, x. Now plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 50. Clear? Then This we know that this is x squared. If we add there, we get a plus 5x plus 4. Move the 50 the other side, minus 50 is equal to 0. How do you get that thing? Almost done. So x squared plus 5x, if we subtract here, we get a minus 46 is equal to 0. Making sense? Happy?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now look at the next part here, which is saying now to 3 significant figures means you can't solve it. Huh? So I'm saying you can use the quadratic formula, or let's use the completing the square that we've just learned now. So now what it means, this is okay because the coefficient is 1. So I inspect this, then I divide by 2. So that's x plus 5 over 2 squared. Minus the square of that, the numerator squared 25, the denominator squared 4, minus 46 is equal to 0. What do you get there on the improper? X plus 5 over 2 all squared minus what? It should be over 4 definitely. What's the improper there? On the improper fraction. What do you get? It's minus what? Your calculators, are they working?
Oh, it's a negative 159 remainders for negative 100.
You remember your answer is giving you like this. Is that correct? Remember I'm saying for the negative here, negative 25 over what? 4 minus 46. What is your calculator giving you an improper or mixed fraction? You mean minus 52? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, it's a
You're getting something like this from a calculator. You want the improper. You multiply this by
it's
4 plus 1 is
209.
200 and what? And 9.
209 over 4.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about here. Then move that the other side, x plus 5 over 2 squared is equal to 209 over 4. Now I want to show you something. So take square root of both sides. So in x plus 5 over 2 is equal to, now this doesn't have a square root, so you leave it like this. But square root of 4 is 2. So it's a plus or minus like this. Clear? Then move that the other side. So x is equal to minus 5 because it was a positive. Plus or minus 209 or over 2. Same denominator. So it means minus 5 plus 209 over the same denominator, or minus 5 minus 209 square root over the same denominator. Then I play with my calculator because they said the answer to just 3 significant figures. Hold on. Just hold on. They wanted the answer to, yes, 3 significant figures. So let's do the first one. Minus 5 plus root of 209 divided by 2. We get 7 point something, but to 3, so you're getting an answer like this here. 4 point, you can check 7, 2, 8. I just want to mention something, 4, 1, 6. 3 significant figures. Yeah, they say 3, yes. 3 significant figures, from 9, 0, 1, 2, 3. Then this 8 here, so it becomes 4.73. Or what's the other one? Negative 5 minus root of 209 divided by 2. I hope I'm doing the correct things. minus 5 plus 209 divided by 2. Okay. So what do you get for that one? Minus 5 minus root of 209 divided by 2. Minus 7 point what? Minus 9.73, yeah? Are we together then?
Yes, sir.
So your homework here is to try this here. Is to try then we revise them. Huh? So I'm sending what I've just ticked here. Clear? Let me save it here so that I send it
Yes,
immediately.
sir.
And the good thing is this has actually worked what we were working before. That I didn't remove. Okay, wait a minute. When are you guys when is your holiday starting? A normal, is it June?
The 4th of June.
Oh, that's why you're having your official holiday. Up to what?
28th.
No, okay. I see. I see. Seem to be wrong. Let's see. Father, Jordan. Confirm you have received. Check your WhatsApps. I'll send to 3 of you, to everyone.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we see you. Those that are Geo, we see you tomorrow. The rest we see you. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.